when justice itself becomes unjust, then the defenders of justice must become outlaws. And when the humans become monstrous, then the hideous mutants have no choice but to become human. And this concludes another chapter of a cinematic platformer hodgepodge by Jordan Mechner. Perhaps we'll continue that next week. Welcome to another cinematic platformer September short horror Saturday here at twitch.tv/purblindgamer. Well, I guess it's not exactly a short horror Saturday, since it's got to be a bit longer if we're going to get through 2 games. And only one of them's horror. But it's definitely horror, so we'll get our horror fix in. And then I'm sure we'll get plenty more horror fix next month. You know what next month is? November. Wait, I feel like I'm missing something. Whatever, I'll look at my calendar and sort it out. I've got a pretty booked calendar. But I hope everybody is having a good weekend. And that their month is wrapping up nicely. Mine has been a fair bit of insanity at work. But thank God for the interns. Yeah. Really helpful to not be the only one in the office. And really must reorganize that. And thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams. I know the schedule's been a little bit unusual. It is my family coming to visit and everything, but on Wednesday we started Full Void, and before that, I think we were continuing Blackthorn. Yeah, got a good chunk. A little over a fourth of Blackthorn left. I'm going to try and start streaming earlier, i.e. at reasonable hours tomorrow, and see if we can't finish that. Shoot, I was also going to... I'll worry about that later. I'll worry about most things later. I'll worry about my health later. Tonight, this. So first we'll finish 1213, the episodic cinematic platformer by Yahtzee Croshaw. And then we'll finish Zorro by Capstone Software. It's I'm the last level of that, so it can't be too difficult. Oh, wait, let me check. Did I remember to adjust all of those? Yes. Yes. Okay, great. Yes, in 1213, we play as a man with amnesia who is forced to complete trials every day for a deranged man in spectacles. One day, 1213, such is our name, is able to escape from his cell and gets a gun and finds the place overrun by mutants who want to kill him. After fighting a particularly large and angry mutant named 0916 and coming out victorious but wounded, 1213 realizes that he is on a space station, which is outside the jurisdiction of Earth's laws, and that the man with the spectacles is named Westbury. And there was some sort of plague that called yellow fever, or yellow death, that swept through the station, but only affected the children, including 1213, and basically turned them into mutants. The 1213 was given an antidote, but it was after he had suffered physical degradation and mental degradation. So his short-term memory is pretty well shot, but he still can think. And he got help in episode 2 from a scientist named followed by a Twitch viewer. Twitch viewer. Thank you for the follow. welcome to the community. And Dr. O'Hagan was trying to help him and also give him guidance in how to kill Westbury. But then Westbury was watching everything, and 1213 saw him kill Miss O'Hagan. And 1213 has some memories because he remembered Miss O'Hagan teaching them back before the plague broke out. And there's also an administrator trying to keep his name is it Deacon, or am I mixing that up? Trying to keep an eye on, or keep control of Westbury. And there was another mutant, and or victim of the plague, I should say, that Westbury was hoping to give the antidote to. They were named 11 something. Now I can't remember. But he tested it on... Wow, we're getting a lot of redemptions at the very start. He gave a lot of... but he gave the antidote to 1213 and to test it first, and in the meantime, the other victim, who wasn't a complete mutant yet, died. But we're not quite sure why Westbury took specific interest in 1213 and this other mutant before them. Though it's pretty clear he's still using us. And we just had a spectacular boss battle with a pair of giant eyeballs that generate some sort of dangerous matter. Well, I guess they're more like moons, but we think they represent Westbury's eyes. Yeah, we're not sure just how sane 1213 is. And I see we have 3 redemptions all at the start. Would it be alright if I space those out? Because, well, at least one of them would be better for... like I didn't say, I'm just trying to attach you up on the plot. No, I'm telling you the plots of episode 1 and 2 of 1213, and I'm not fully doing them justice because it's a downside when I have so much running around my head from work, and where it's a week or 2 weeks in between when we play episodes. We got a redemption for. What on earth did you get in the mail? Here it is. Imported from India. Because, well, wasn't going to pay $200 for a British paperback now, was I? And this is actually the next book we're going to be reading as an audiobook, starting in Spooktober. It's called Stories in the Dark by Barry Payne, published in 1902, I believe? Definitely the 1900s. And maybe it isn't as high quality as I would have hoped. Oh well. But it's, a first edition like hardback would be really difficult to get. I mean, like, assuming it was published in hardback and not just paperback. But since I'll be reading it aloud, I wanted to get a nice copy that would have larger print, big enough for me to easily read. And yeah, it's a collection of horror stories that I don't know much about. One just finds things roaming around the internet. Yeah, no, it's not that big. It's not particularly long either. Interesting smell. 200 pages. So we should be able to do that over just several streams before the end of the year. So it seems even shorter than I thought, looking at the pages and the type. Maybe we'll have to do 2 short audiobooks before the end of the year. Wonder if I can get my hands on that Welsh Rarebit Tales. But let's start 1213. And if it's okay with you, Stockforwooder, I'll space out the redemptions throughout the stream. Especially since the big box redemption kind of ties in with something we're going to play. I didn't ask, how are you doing tonight, Stock? And you, Penguin. Penguino, was it? I don't think book readers compete, like, about how many pages the book has. But then I don't know many other book readers. Yeah, one professor I had in undergrad ended up doing audiobooks. I haven't talked to her in years. I wonder how she's doing. Oh yeah, I gotta open Scum. We figured out how to have control over audio. God. When I played episode 2 of 1213, that'd been like one of the first times I used Scum. Oh yes, Scum knows my controller exists. It's just trying to convince Dolphin of that. What's that? That's a little bit small. They have sown wheat and reaped thorns. They have put themselves to pain and profit nothing by it, because the text fades before it may be read, because fuck players. Why do you insist on embarrassing me? It seems that this is a habit for you. Every time I have almost convinced Petrovich of your suitability, you go and spoil everything. The first time you almost beat Stibbons to death. This time you spend half an hour running around the food court shooting at nothing. Now he's having second thoughts about sending you on the mission. Well, I've had enough. You're going on that mission, whether he likes it or not. Take the tram to the factory floor in Sector 11, and watch out. They've dispatched security droids to recapture you. The secret to dealing with them is to stay in the dark. You should be quite used to that by now. Petrovich, that's right, that was the head administrator. And, oh, thanks, yeah, I resized the window. Actually, there we go. And the other thing about this game, and this is just my theory, is that it's... they mentioned the company, or there was the idea of the company creating a clone farm. And my theory is that the children who are affected by the plague are actually clones. They were created, well, partly for this mysterious mission. That's a good zoom level. Tessa. Oh, and we're off. Oh, can I stay in the dark? Nice. Sort of thing we used to see in 16-bit platformers all the time. Train levels of, like, the Flintstones and even Sunset Riders. Okay, so we can't go over that. Seems like we ought to be able to. Oh no. I'm so sorry you were sick all month, Stock. I'm glad you're doing better now, though. Maybe drop down and then make a run for it. Right. Jump and land in. Probably the quickest way. Demolition Man had a subway level, but there were no exclamation marks. Oh, the Jurassic Park game. Which one is that, Stock? I mean, there've been one or two over the years. Vision says no. I have a copy of one of those ones from around that time period. Alright, what's this then? Internal lockdown disabled, that's what you want. Whereas now I'm low on health. Hope whatever you were sick with wasn't serious, Stock. Go slightly farther than it looks like I need to for those hatches. Stamina, actually, you'll lose health. Damn. Just forgot that one was there, damn it. Yeah, I saw that several months ago. Google took away the ability to view cached pages, which is a shame because it used to be, if a website was down or had been taken down, but it'd be easy to still view the cache. It was a slimy move. They didn't give any warning either. Just yesterday. Oh, maybe they're doing it by country. Because in the US, we lost it several months ago. I mean, it's nice we have the Internet Archive, but, their Google caches were convenient, and there's some pages that are saved there that aren't on the archive, so, screw Google for the way they handled it. And hey, when a corporation gets big enough, they can do whatever they want, and nobody can do anything, right? That's the dream. For, type of people who own those big corporations. I shouldn't trash talk them too much. They run my email. There. And we've arrived. I don't like this place. Let's go back. Oh, you can manually cache a page. You mean like by just saving a copy of it, or? Cloning tube maintenance. Please ensure that during gestation, the cloning tubes are kept at a stable temperature of 20 to 25 degrees. Do not knock or tip cloning tubes. Do not attempt to open cloning tubes until gestation cycle is complete. Oh, yeah, right, basically using Internet Archive to create a cache of them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you use it every day for some sites? And it's shitty that they wouldn't give notice, especially if they did in the US, months ago, and then they planned it for other countries. It would have been easy. It's almost like they're not considerate of human beings. But you know what? I'll bet the CEO of Google makes a cool $100,000 every year. And I've got Barrett's Privateer stuck in my head. Assessment of Administrator Westbury by Head Physician Caroline O'Hagan, page 4. Clone farming is a highly lucrative trade. The rich and powerful put down a deposit, and the farm clones in a body with no higher brain functions for use in organ harvesting should the need ever arise. A lot of us were unhappy about it, but the wheels were already in motion. Tesla Life Orbital was set up, and Westbury was an obvious choice to sit on the station's administrative team, along with myself and an assortment of Tesla Life scientists and bureaucrats. I remember Westbury seemed to be the only one who kept his head after the incident. All the rest of us who knew about it were in a state of high emotion. Everyone went through the stages of fear, anger, and despair. We felt helpless, without a reason to go on. When Westbury announced Project GFG, so maddeningly calm, a lot of us latched onto it just to have hope. We all went along with it without question. Westbury just seemed so confident, and we got confident by association. Let's see, there was a big budget science fiction movie where the twist is that it's basically a colony of clones of famous people in case they need an organ or something. I won't tell you the name because then it would be a spoiler. But I wonder if that movie came before or after this. Oh. Interesting, when a website bans someone you followed. Oh, you could use the cache function to see if there's a way to follow them elsewhere or contact them. Interesting. It'd be nice if some other search engine, maybe DuckDuckGo, they seem to have some modicum of principle, would pick up the slack. He's like, oh, nobody here. Ah, no worries. Guard's taking a few bullets here. Is that... Well, that may be a patch of shadow there. Yeah. Security robot, you can't zap me. Personal log, assistant cloning technician Burroughs, day 28. This is getting ridiculous. They've cut off all contact with our friends and loved ones down on Earth, just because we're doing some kind of contract work for the government? I asked if we should start a new batch of gametes, but the administrators said to just genetically engineer the gametes we already have developing. But a lot of very rich and very influential people paid good money for these clones. Do we just forget about them? If we're lucky, only the government will get sued back to the Stone Age for this one. My guess is that something went down on Earth. I press a few buttons, and they seem to do something, but it isn't being obvious what. See if we can figure it out. Oh, and that guard will respawn. How lovely. Well, at least the security drones won't respond. Or respawn. Ooh, hole in the floor. He can float, but he's not going to go over that hole. Yeah, let's go up and get health from the previous screen since we got shot. Yeah, no. Reactor port. If it were on the other side, it would be the reactor starboard. Ban per blind gamer. Picked up an unopened letter. Said you can... Oh, you could download the site. Oh, if you downloaded the cache. Because if you just download the normal online site, like JavaScript gets broken and gets messy. Wow. You just deleted all those. I assume they deleted them or made them inaccessible. And the things that, will get lost. online. And already plenty of web pages are, irrevocably lost, like from the 90s, and games. At least with the games, there's always, if they were available online, there's always a chance they'll be on, someone's hard drive. Which reminds me, I found a game which I think is no longer on the internet. We'll have to play that sometime soon. I kind of wonder if they would ever bring back the caching or make the caches they had available, but seems unlikely since, how would it benefit them financially? Restricted access, please swipe your ID card. I have this. Yeah. Is the right. Are we gonna open that letter? See, we need some tool to open it. But that'd be let's look down here. Yeah, health, that's something. Oh, job is kind of a pain sometimes. It's there's this week, like my direct boss is out for a good bit. Unfortunately, he's all right, thank goodness. But and then we had to do some like administrative, or I had to do some administrative and record stuff. Kind of, it's like I'd say it's not part of my job, but what exactly is my job officially? That's I wonder about that. But and I'm hoping I'll get another like kind of 2-week grace period before larger amounts of work start pouring in, and I can use that time to catch up on a couple of old things that have been hanging over my head and making me lose sleep for over a year. Because my brain don't work right. Assessment of Administrator Westbury by Head Physician Caroline O'Hagan, page 5. Westbury's biggest flaw is his arrogance. Most of the time he succeeds, and a certain pride is understandable, but when he fails, he takes it badly. I received psychiatric training as befits my position, and Westbury's actions when the Yellow Death started breaking out indicated a textbook case of manic depression. As more and more of the children died, he sank further and further into his mood. We should have tried to get him off the project then, I know, but Westbury was our leader, and a lot of us needed there to be someone else in control. We were terrified of taking responsibility. After 1108 died, I could tell Westbury blamed himself, because it was he who had ordered a few more hours of observation on 1213 to ensure the vaccine was safe. After that, he became almost completely introverted. I saw and heard very little of him. And hey, Evalicia, how are you doing tonight? Welcome in. You guys, please go check out Evalicia, who is a really fun streamer and streams different adventure games and things. Often when I'm at work, but I get to lurk in her streams, but you should definitely give her a follow. It's going all right, thanks. I was just talking about how I've been busy with work. Got a lot of stuff to do. Oh, Beyond Shadowgate. That's the new sequel to the really old game by one of the original old developers, right? Or based on the design document by an old developer, right? I feel like that's the one I've been hearing about. Oh, it was. That's awesome. And had you played the old Shadowgate? No relation to Baldur's Gate, I hear. I've never played either one. Oh my god, the original writer came to see you, like came into your chat. That's so cool. I love that. Oh, so the original is like one of your top 10 adventure games of all time. Yeah, that kind of makes me want to play it. And there are so many great adventure games I haven't played. It's amazing, like the writer coming into your chat. I've like had. I'm trying to think, have I ever had? I've had like some of the top speedrunners come into chat a couple times when I was playing mainstream games, and I had the developer there when I was playing one like obscure game that I convinced the developer to give me, but I've never had like basically a celebrity developer come into my chat. And it's good if the new Shadowgate is almost as good as the old one. Personal log, head cloning technician Vatic, day 28. Orders have just come down from on high. We are ceasing creation of clones for organ harvesting in order to begin a new government-funded operation called Project GFG. We are now to alter our existing gametes to return their higher brain functions and engineer them to be genetically superhuman with an emphasis on an enhanced immune system and resistance to toxins. Day 41. The children are growing fast, but the administrators insist that we do not halt the accelerated aging treatment. I find myself wondering why. If the government wants super soldiers, why give them only a decade or so lifespan? Day 116. At this point, the children have reached the physical age of 6 years, and they are to be moved to the residential deck to be quartered and educated as would befit their duties. I am somewhat disturbed to learn that they intend to expose the children to various toxins and diseases to test their immunity. I knew cloning was unethical when I first applied for the job, but this is a bit much even for me. Day 250. Westbury just got off the phone, pretty frantic. A virulent disease has broken out amongst the children. I'd like to know what he expects us to do about it. It's up to him and his medical technicians to find a cure. Day 353. Apparently, Westbury's assistant deacon sent some kind of memo containing highly classified information around the crew, but I was unable to see it before administration deleted it. From what I have gathered from those who have seen it, we haven't actually been working for the government all this time. So, who then? There's something under the desk, but it's too far under to reach. If I had something flat and thin, like an unopened letter, perhaps I could retrieve it. That confirms my theory that children are the clones, and I mean, I'm kind of thinking that something happened to more or less wipe out humanity on Earth, and that's why they're not working for the government, and, I mean, that's the only scenario I can think of why they wouldn't care what rich and powerful people, like the CEO of Google, think. I scoop out the object and lay it on the floor. It's some kind of card. Vatic's ID. So we're not gonna open the unopened letter? fast. I mean, what? It's weird. I wonder if that's a bug that you end up hanging from that upper ledge when you come back in. See if we can get out up here without him winging us. I'm just thinking, because we know we need that ID back here. God, this game has such smooth controls. It's wonderful. Crouching in the darkness. Well, standing in the darkness. I swiped the ID card, and the screen filled with new text. File 1 of 2. Tesla Life Orbital Cloning Facility, Day 28. Notice of new project. Name, Project Germ-Free Generation. Goal, to create humans with highly advanced immune systems, with the emphasis on creating high resistance to toxins and radiation. File 2 of 2. Memo to all staff. The code for the lighting control room has been updated to 54044. Please update your logs. I will jot that down. Keep meaning to have a notebook by me when I stream, so I can just write it down in there. Because I know I used to just use scraps of paper, like diagram little spiderweb puzzles from Nancy Drew or something. He doesn't move faster when you're behind him. He can't. It'd be nice, but it's something they can't do in a lot of cinematic platformers. It's nice when you can, like Flashback. Oh, Uninvited. Yeah, I've heard of that. That sounds like it's one of those late 80s, like, graphics and text games, right? That's the one I'm thinking of. Not the classic 1930s movie with Ray Milland, though that is highly recommended. Yeah. I think that one got a NES port randomly. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. One of these days I'll have a nice big boxed copy of that. Oh, interesting. The NES port is better than the, like, PC version. I say PC, I'm sure it was on like 4 different computers in that era. It's interesting, sometimes the random adventure games that get ported to console. I know it's not common, but like I randomly have a Game Boy or Game Boy Color port of Deja Vu 1 and 2. Why? Who knows? Okay, so if I play that, maybe I'll play the NES version. Oh, so then the new Shadowgate's based on the NES version. Interesting. But, and the nest ports of both Shadowgate and Uninvited are really good. Yeah, I mean, all the, what's it called? All the guards basically have orders to shoot us. And it's, now I'm trying to remember if it's because they think that, basically all the other children are mutants, so they just assume we're a mutant at this point, or if they have specific orders to neutralize and recapture 1213, who has already killed a bunch of guards. Yeah. For some reason, Scum makes it a little bit scrunched. I wonder if it's because I told the game to run in 640 by 480 with its internal settings, but the default is 320 by 200 or whatever it was for AGS. I press a random button and a green light dims. God, dim them all. Block 2 lighting array, CF, deactivated. Interesting, the gun looks kind of like a knife. It's because of the way his bandaged hands are wrapped around it. Ooh, look at all the lovely shadows. Okay, yeah, and then the gun sticking out above them. It's pretty small. No, they're staggered differently. He winged me? Huh. Shoot, only got 2 hit points left. Wait. It's open. Oh, there's a camera. I see. What just hurt me? I wonder if that was a bug. So many cloning tubes. Well, well, looks like we have a family reunion. Say hello to your dear old mother, 1213. The old girl still has a shine on her. I'm sure she'd be so proud of you if only she could say so. Once just a clone among 192 other clones, now the last survivor of them all. Do you want to know who you were then? Who you were cloned from? Who you were supposed to provide nice fresh organs for before it all went to hell? Hiram Wexer was his name, the Secret Service agent in charge of protecting the president's family. The commander-in-chief paid his deposit out of thanks for his years of valued service. That's right, 1213, you were a gift. A perk of the trade given human form. Well, I could wax nostalgic all day, but I'm afraid we both have matters to attend to. Follow the hallway to Reactor Room C. I'm waiting for you there, and there's someone I want you to meet. Delightful. Now we know what we are, or who we are, or who we were. And I suppose now we're sort of ourself. Assessment of Administrator Westbury by Head Physician Caroline O'Hagan. Final page. I'd heard rumors that Westbury may have been doing things to 1213, unpleasant things, but I did nothing. He clearly needed to blow off steam. Somehow, and it wasn't like 1213 was really hurt by whatever he was put through, or could even remember it. That sounds like such a terrible attitude, now that I come to write it down, but I kept hoping Westbury would somehow get better, and we'd have someone to follow again. Now we're all just kind of lost. I've started to draft a new action plan with some of the others, and hopefully Westbury can be persuaded to assist at some point. If he doesn't put a bullet through my brain first. Well, I've got news for you, Dr. O'Hagan. Stay exactly where you are, 1213. I'm not afraid to use this. Have you met Chief Administrator Petrovich, 1213? Meet Chief Administrator Petrovich. Westbury, this is insane. I'll tell you what's insane. What's insane is wanting to spend any more time than we need to in this floating tin bucket. Well, here he is, boss, the sole result of a year's work standing before you. Does the fact that he made it this far through all our security arrangements indicate something to you? That maybe he's suitable to go on the mission after all? Good God, is that what this is all about? You let him out of his cell, let him do untold damage to the ship, kill half the security team, just to prove your point? Are you so obsessed with getting this mission carried out? I just want to get off this goddamn station. I want to eat food that isn't freeze-dried. I want to breathe air that hasn't gone through an oxygen recycler 50,000 times. But you always have to delay. You and all your bureaucrats. You can never do anything now. Delaying is what cost us 1108. Left us with this pathetic specimen as our only hope. Westbury, listen to me. The last year on this station has been stressful for us all. But this is not helping matters. 1213 still needs more assessment. We can't send him on a scouting mission with severe brain damage. Is it true he forgets everything he's taught after 7 days? But given time, perhaps we could find a way to fix him. Given time? I'm sick to death of hearing about time. You still don't think he's got enough sense about him to suit our purpose? Fine. You stay right there, 1213. Oh, they're up there. Now then, 1213, I hope you're ready to show us some of that magic of yours. And you, Petrovich, you can just sit and watch. Uh-oh. Is this a boss I see before me? Yeah, I was thinking that stalks. Then episode 3 would be shorter by half than the first two, but this does look like a final boss. Maybe the music's picking up. Confirmed. The flashing cookie jar hurts me. It doesn't react when I shoot it, does it? Not as I can see. Whisper is like, what the hell am I supposed to be watching? Whisper, yeah. Petrovich. Can't jump. No. Gravity was the real enemy all along, as well as being a harsh mistress. Nope. I was trying to crouch here. Can you guys tell if my shots are doing anything to anything? They see me floating. They hate it. It's entirely too much fun going on around here. Doesn't seem to do anything to the lights. Game's like, no, that's not. Oh, I think I fell off a ledge over there. A little too much thinking outside the box. Wondering if it's supposed to do something more and it didn't. They didn't notice it kept moving when I paused to save the game. Oh no, shall I just keep emptying bullets into it for a while? Attacking an amusement park. Yeah, it's like, what is that amusement thing? I guess that's the mother that Whisper was about. Does that make the rest of the apple cider vinegar the child? The spawn. Rhymes like, you must be this tall to ride. The kid was like, well, I'm not, so I'll destroy the amusement park. A supervillain origin story, have I heard one? It can't be that. Chad, do you see my shots doing any damage to anything? Like any little indication that I'm missing? Westbury expects me to figure out what to do. He's going to be disappointed. Oh, these things? It doesn't look like do anything to that either. I don't think you can shoot up in this game. Wait. I heard a noise, did I? I thought I did. Did I flip a switch? Wait. Look at that light. Maybe. Oh, that's a solid color. Wait, is that another one on the bottom? Oh, maybe if I try and hit the cookie jar with this. There we go. I gotta wait anyway. Got it. Oh, The security drones have come to protect their lord. Lucky I realized those were switches because I only tried the top one at first. Press that one again. It's randomized which one it affects. guy is moving fast. By guy, I mean drone thing. A gas cylinder. Hey, Dojilon, welcome in. Well, because... because the man in the glasses wants me to. And how are you tonight, Dojilon? Do I always do what the man in the glasses says? No matter. I told it to move faster earlier. I'm not doing that again. Be careful with my hit points. Okay, maybe just slightly faster. I'm just glad the big one can't shoot electricity. Shoot. Paid off that time, I guess. Yeah, I'll hit my hands if I'm dangling from there. Hopefully I just need to hit it one more time. On the other hand, I might go for the full 8. Oh, no, no, no. My victory. Thanks. It'd be an even gooder game if I hadn't done died. That's okay. It'll be much easier this time. Maybe I should have gone for it. Not like it could have hurt me. Wrong one. Never mind. the security drone does mind. Oh, I think they borrowed the music from a Capcom game? Might have been. Entirely possible it's some well-known game that I just don't know. I could have got him that time too. Yes, over here, quickly. Box. Pretty large. See what I mean? Damn it. Come on, I know I got this. Hey, Retro Interocitor. Welcome in. How are you doing? You guys, please go check out Retro Interocitor. Who is a retro streamer. There's different kinds of like old computer games and things. You were playing that Pacifist Road Rash game the other day. All motorcycle games are now Road Rash games. Oh yeah, my pleasure. You're lucky this time. Took out both of them. There, you see? He's intelligent, fit, and highly pain-resistant. What more assessment do you need? My God, Westbury, was that a PT-4500 security droid he just destroyed? Do you know how much those things cost? What did you say? Westbury, calm down. I didn't mean... How much those things cost? Is that all you have to say? You fucking bureaucrat! Oh shit. Westbury just killed Petrovich. Oh God. Oh God, he's dead. He's dead, and there are security guards right outside the door. I'm going to regret having done that, aren't I? Get out of here, 1213. Go. Follow the corridor to the space elevator. More of my old brethren. Waiting for John Defoe to look through the window. Hello again, 1213. I appreciate I'm probably the last person you expected to hear from. I've given security the slip and holed myself up in the old conference room. The thing is, though, 1213, a stray bullet seems to have landed itself in. I can't stop the bleeding. I've demanded they send up I have to something. And there are things you still have to know, 1213. I hope you'll appreciate having something to read on your trip down to the Earth. This is a memo my assistant Deacon forwarded to the entire crew before he committed suicide. Hopefully you'll understand why now. Understand everything. Oh God, I can't see anymore. 1213, listen to me. Listen, I just want to say, I'm sorry you had to be born. From Junior Administrator Deacon to all staff. I'm sitting at my desk with a gun barrel to my throat, trying to think of a reason not to pull the trigger. My world has rapidly gone insane, and the things on which I relied have forced me. I'm sending this memo to the entire crew because you will all find out eventually, and I would. It was Westbury who finally told me. I'd suspected something odd about our situation almost since Project GFG had began, and he told me. If this textual issue persists, I might run the program directly and figure we won't have to worry about the sound too much. I'll manually adjust as needed. Almost everything we've been told about Project GFG was a lie concocted by the board of directors and a small group of people who knew the truth from the beginning. At around day 10 of Tesla Life Orbital's running time, you all may remember that our access to telephones, internet, and all other communication media was suspended. The reason given for this was that we were beginning work on a covert government project that required utmost secrecy. That was an utter fabrication on the part of the board of directors. Project GFG was not government-sponsored, but was the sole brainchild of Westbury and the other administrators. Someone's corpse there. On day 10 of our operation, some kind of cataclysm took place on the Earth's surface. Judging by hold on. I want to be able to actually read this. It's like the ending text, so I'll just try opening the program directly. in a window. Yes. Presumably because I didn't run it through SE. Sorry guys, that won't do either. If I... Whatever, we'll just go back to Scum and we'll read the text as best we can. It's weird that save games are handled differently then. On day 10 of our operation, some kind of cataclysm took place on the Earth's surface. Judging by... The Earth's atmosphere is poisoned now, incapable of supporting human life. The reason for our Project GFG, I assume, all the letters we have sent our friends and loved ones over the past year did not leave the station. The cause of the disaster is still unknown. All we could do was try to salvage this tragedy. It was not, as was implied, some immoral attempt. Administration were trying to create humans with immune systems that were advanced enough to handle the poison. Had this scheme worked, perhaps we would have been told the truth then, when there was a reason for... But the scheme did not work. As we are all aware, the virus that we have called Yellow Death killed all of the children, and while 1213 could easily survive in a toxic atmosphere, he is too sickly and brain damaged to be of much use. There are not enough resources to begin the project again. Especially now. I am not one for drama or hyperbole, but I am reasonably confident in the statement that there is nothing left on Earth but death. There is nothing left up here but a wasted experience. Some of you may think me a pessimist. Maybe crops could be cultivated on board this ship. But I feel that, as a child of modern-day sensibilities, I would only be a burden to such a civilization. In a few minutes I will send this memo, then move on into the darkness. It feels like a cliché, and I feel stupid for writing the words, but whatever is bad too, your destiny is in your own hands now. Do not dwell on the past. Concentrate on the uncertain future. I wish you luck, Deacon. It looked like 1213 was just wandering off, so he can live on Earth, but he's the last being in existence that can. food court code is 12721. 69 enemies killed, really. And that was 1213. A cheerful and uplifting ending. Let's move on to something, well, infinitely more frustrating and possibly lighter. Zorro. Let me just change this. Yes, you know, I was just thinking about that stock. Change my category so all the fans of Zorro across the globe can see my see that I'm streaming it and come in here. All 213 of them. Here, let me get it up and running first. Z. If only they could get Antonio Banderas for this game. Yeah, let's watch the capstone logo. Wonder if he was approached and his agent said he was doing other things. Amy Smith Boylan. Of the Cola Boylans? Watch her be in my stream and be like, F off.
In the early 19th century, when
Yeah, a compact disc with read-only memory. It needs to be resized for reasons I do not understand. Yeah. Here's DOSBox picking it up. But we also had a redemption for examine a big box, didn't we? Yes, and you know, that's not something we get to do here too often because I don't have too many big boxes here. Let's see. Where the hell do I sell a Godot source? But there was a reason. Boxes look like the capstone logo would actually be rather fire. But no. I don't have a box here, but you'll get to see one anyway. Because, well, there's a very specific reason that I decided to stream Zorro, this cinematic platformer, in September, or maybe it's more accurate to say cinematic platformer is the reason I decided to make a purchase.
What up, everybody? This is Purblind Gamer, streaming to you via mobile, which is not necessarily...
Full Void is capturing DOSBox? Now I've seen it all.
What up, everybody? This is Purblind Gamer, streaming to you via mobile, which is not necessarily the most convenient thing, from a house that desperately needs to be cleaned and has no air condition during the hottest month of the year, during the hottest week of the year. Why do we do these things? Well, because Cinematic Platformer September is fast approaching, and I am here to bring you Cinematic Platformer Big Boxes, namely Zorro. There, good. Now I can actually see what I'm filming.
In Australia.
So here we have Zorro from Capstone. Games from Capstone Entertainment are always good, aren't they? Yeah. Ooh. Are there going to be FMV cutscenes? Well, I never played a game that had FMV and wasn't extremely good. But check, man, the size of this box. Let's see what's inside it. The manufacturer is not going to make my life easier. I really must write letters. Inside it's more cardboard. Man, there must be a lot in here. They're so securely protecting it. And we have some bubble wrap. And a jewel case with a CD-ROM inside. And a manual. Not the thickest manual we've ever seen. And that's it. Boy, I hope that this game itself has, more substance in this box. It would be terrible if the game didn't have a lot of substance, wouldn't it? Well, at least the box looks foxy. Why does it look foxy, Airplane Line? Because Zorro means fox. Shut the fuck up, that's not funny. Not what people mean when they talk about the Fox box. And while we're on the subject of cinematic platformers, here is Blackthorn from the Interplay All-Nighter collection, just to prove that I actually have it and I'm not, pirating old cinematic platformers. That would be bad. Where's the big box? Lost to the ravages of time. One of the only big boxes I ever lost. Maybe it will turn up. But now, back to the pinnacle of gaming entertainment. Hey, I wonder if it has Antonio Banderas.
I forgot I said that. It's especially funny because I was trying to play my ISO of Zorro, and for some reason it didn't form right, so I had to find other IFOs from other .orgs that take you way back. Yucca yucca. Where were we? Ah, yes. Zorro. And thank you for the redemption. Alright. And basically the plot is Zorro is the evil Cortez and the lovely Annabella were trying to came to this mission, and Cortez was trying to find gold. And he got a map to a gold mine and tortured the priest to tell him what he knew, and he had Annabella there. He was posing as his wife, but he basically kidnapped her so she could read Latin. And then Zorro followed them through the gold mine, found a map to the desert, went to the desert, found a Spanish galleon in the middle of the desert. This is sounding more and more like a Ben Jordan game, where a friendly conquistador ghost told him that the one he seeks is a mutineer and wants to raise an army to conquer Spanish California, basically. So when Zorro returned to the mission, he was captured by soldiers. He had been framed for the governor's murder because somebody killed the governor and left a bloody Z on his bedsheets. And there's only one person who would leave a bloody Z proclaiming that he was the one who killed the governor. So Zorro is taken to a fort and spent a long time trying to get into the fort, a very long time. And then beneath this fort, where there are living skeletons. And at last he found Cortez, and it turned out that Annabella was the mastermind all along. And she gunned down Cortez and then said to Zorro, you're pure and not tiresome. I could love you. And he said, well, I could not love you because you are evil, and I stand for truth and justice. So she pushed him down a trapdoor, and he fell out of the bottom of the fort and landed in a pond in the middle of the forest. And, yeah, that's kind of where we are. Yeah, sometimes this game does have some good pixel art. And them oil paintings. We're going to talk about how there's something glowing flowing through those roots. Yeah, you know, I was just thinking that stock. It seems a bit slow. They'd jack it up a little bit. Foxes are supposed to be fast. I mean, you know, why else would the English aristocracy hunt them? You ever seen a turtle hunt? Me neither. Yeah, Dojulon. Indeed. As cinematic platformers, though, this is one I think we can say was lightly inspired by Prince of Persia. Hey, at least it doesn't have a time limit. Then I'd really rebel. I'm sorry, I was still playing by 12-13 rules, where you can't walk off a ledge easily. Oh, and where you can control your character easily. Yeah, it's like 12-13, your enemies are mutants and security forces. Full Void, your enemies are giant robots. Blackthorn, your enemies are gun-toting orcs. Flashback, your enemies are mutants, cyborgs, jetpack policemen, and blobby aliens. Zorro, your enemies are the controls. And the odd Spanish soldier is a minor annoyance. You'll try my patience. Speaking of which, we haven't had a nice round of the last ICOF in a hot minute. Full health right there, that's weird. I wonder if that's because I was going to lose health in the... How much for jumping over it. I was supposed to lose health when I fell off the... or fell from the fort into the pond, but it was restored when I saved the game. There's like nothing here. Your brow perspires quite a bit, Mr. Fox. Yeah, maybe we finally rid of those spinning pinwheels forever. Beastly things. Might as well save. Why am I having empty save slots? I'm like, I don't trust giant flowers, and lo and behold, that rose has teeth. Fanged is the rose that in yonder jungle blooms. What happens when Spaniards get a hold of Scots ballads? Or no, Irish. Well, for all me whipping it, it didn't seem to bother Fang Rose very much. I know not to. Not to go down there, because it's a long drop. Wonder. a sword. Whatever. Wasn't close enough. I'm trying to decide if we should keep exploring here or check out those platforms to the right. If I step, I'll go too far. There's random, brief running water. Do I go up now or go here? I'm gonna be pissed if it's just a quest for more gold going along these. Yeah, definitely nothing there. So... I mean, can I make that with a running jump? Looks far, but... I could not make it. Oh, I didn't die. I just lost 1 health. If it had been about 10 pixels larger, I would have been insta-killed. Just going up here because I feel like I should do a running jump off the left side. There's a fair chance I'll catch on to something. How about... I'm like, how am I alive? I retract this statement. Is it worth it at this point? It's gonna be such an annoyance. And that paid off in both the mine and the Spanish fort at a certain point. I'm literally pressing the fucking enter key. That enter key. You see that? What happens when I do that? Zorro jumps. Imagine that. The jump key makes Zorro jump. Sometimes in theory. How come nobody told me this game was not good? Looking at you, home with the underdogs. You should have a review for this game saying this game is not good. Okay, good. Obviously, you can't see my hand, so you just have to take my word for it that I'm pressing enter. It's one of those things with my keyboards. It's like. Let me try the other enter key, the one on the numpad. A strange sounding little frog. Oh, maybe the game is like, I don't intend you to jump there, so I won't allow... I'll disable the function of the jump button at that point in the game. I fully believe that. We're gonna talk about how there's a giant fang-filled rose. The game's like, nah. Welcome to Mexico. Or California.
Yeah.
Okay, now the jump button works. We're not getting up there, are we? Okay, straight up nothing. And now. And I see, like... I don't know if it's supposed to be torn wood or moss hanging down or something. I think I'm gonna inch slightly back to the left when I turn around and get tangled up by him. Wait. Okay, no, that's clearly where we're supposed to jump. Look at it. What? My instincts were right. I was finally starting to understand the game. Save again. Try a stationary jump. Aha! Also, aha. Up or down? Up, just to tease the flower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might all be a platform here. Ooh, gold. Other things I don't care about. There we go. Yeah. I grew up in an era when we picked up many pointless power-ups. Let's see him get eaten by a flower. Use all of the save slots. Maybe a stationary one? Yeah. Why do I even bother? I wonder if the guard respawned.
Yeah.
Is that too far? Why, yes. Let's not restart the level.
Yeah.
Assuming there's something above here, and there's a reason to be here. There. keep going up, but... And do I try and do a running jump? To get to the further right platform. Yum. Did I just kill you? I ain't even gonna bother. Okay, fine. If you really want to be killed.
Yeah.
So I can grab here. Yeah.
Fauna's alright, but Flora's got me.
Okay. Oh, it was a dead end all along. How quaint. Alas. Try lowering myself off this edge. This looks like a stationary jump. Why anything? I think you can keep jumping up there, so maybe I gotta do a running jump. Well, at least I don't have to kill any guards again. Because the area is dead. I feel like if I walk forward, I'll overshoot it. Sometimes you hold down the key too long when you jump, and so then it does another jump after you land, even though you've long released the key. Maybe I could have taken a step forward. The game gives you time to reflect on whether you could have taken a step forward. Like, I'm not even making any pretenses that I'm doing anything except save scumming here. Why can you not make that jump? It makes 0 sense. Never let me. I'm here and practice running jumps even if it kills me. How many steps it takes. Oh yeah, I swear I just went through that platform. But it looks like 2 full steps. If I just start running and then immediately press enter. Like slightly over 2 full steps. Maybe that's what it is. Not like that. Dude, that wasn't... Is that a stationary jump? It looked... I was doing it almost from a standstill. It looks like it might be slightly shorter, but it's definitely too small for a stationary one. Maybe go back and try a different way. Hey, Niftiness, welcome in. What's good? Well, not Zorro by Capstone Software, I'll tell you that for nothing. But other than that, things are good. 1213 was good. You guys, please go check out Niftiness. Streams a mixture of retro games and marbles. Oh, you're playing more marbles today. Was that a fun time? Let me try lowering myself and then climbing back up and turning around. Hey, Asmodon, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? You guys should also check out Asmodon. Was it you've been streaming most recently? Yeah, the Marbles is one of those games where it's more fun if you have a bunch of people playing. Dark Souls 3, ah. I mean, maybe you're not supposed to. Wait, is that? I'm trying to see if I was able to do something further than a stationary jump. Let me try it one more time. H/love on Dark Souls 3. Making slow progress. We're making slow progress here too. Okay, let's look for a different way then. If we keep climbing, if we get over there and we keep climbing up, maybe we'd be able to make that jump. Or is it a matter of figuring out how to climb all the way up?
Yeah.
Survive that, no trouble. Oh, that's so nice. Your friend with the accent was finally able to do a stream. That's really wonderful. I'm happy he's made such a recovery. No autosave, huh? Maybe that's suggesting that we're supposed to keep going in this direction. Who knows? Oh, that would be awesome if you were able to make your birthday stream. Is that soon, Asmodon? Okay. And if we jump up here... Ha 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 ha. October 14th. Okay, so yeah, just like a couple weeks. Or no, we can't jump up from here. So... this one's so much lower. Look at the other side, did I? This one's definitely out of our reach. Okay. So... No. Get back up. Get back. I feel like we're going backwards now. Nope. And maybe we went wrong early on in the level and most of it's a dead end. I don't even know. Try climbing further up there, right? Edge, but it doesn't do us any good based on what's above here. Ah!
Yeah.
There's something useful down here. Like the exit. Wait, is this? Oh, hello there. Trying to open a door in Doom, are we? Ha. Taste my CD-ROM era mech logo. Yep. Soldier's gone. Flower looks... Oh, the soldier's not gone. What? Even. Trying to get near that gold bar as a way to die. If you go swing far enough to land safely on the platform, then you have to turn around before you can clamp it down again. Or that happens. Ooh, I saw a soldier on the ground there. That's actually promising. Maybe that is the way we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
this side, or... Oh, there's a little rose there. Maybe it's further away. That thing kind of looks like a spider. See? Okay. You know, you just pop off this edge and be... I lose 1 health at most. Except for that last section of the previous level. Health's not usually an issue here. To go back up, make a jump, and then dangle from the opposite ledge. You know what? Screw it. Let me speed this up slightly. Maybe it's still slow all around. Wait, am I? There we go. Maybe I just didn't speed it up enough in general when I started. Just hoping that this is indeed the right way. Wait. Or maybe it was all a dead end and there was never any reason to go any of these places. Hey, more gold. Why am I doing this? There's something seriously wrong with me. So... God. Games like this, you wonder if they play tested it or did they not? You know, they simply not get like what gamers wanted, or maybe they weren't gamers themselves. Wait. Are we doomed to die here? Jesus. I think... Well, let me... Is it possible to make the flower retract its vines? Or run and jump through them? Slicing of vines. This is not Alone in the Dark 2 rules. Wait. There. Yep. Yep. The plants are too smart. So I have no more saves down there. That's all. See the moss or wood from the platform there. Oh. I have no quarrel with you. Oh, fine. You know what? The game's like, we have enemies, you're going to fight them. I'm like, that is the least important part of your gameplay, sir. Wait, what about here? Or is that the way we came? Oh no. It'll just take us back up to where we were, right? Oh! How did I miss that? I'm this close to looking up a walkthrough. Here. Wait. This further up. Tell me I am not just disoriented and going backwards. Oh, that was that same bloody jump I can't make. It's like... basically almost 3 full steps. Wait. Didn't that look like a... Didn't that look like a running jump from a stationary position? Okay, see, he just did it with like less than a step. What the... This one, right? That frog is laughing at me, I can tell. See, he just did it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having fun. Sometimes what's happening is I take my hands off the controls, but the game has already decided that I push those buttons, so it makes me do that jump anyway. That is it. Damn. What's it like? Okay. Is that? There. It's like the instant he starts to move slightly, you have to press enter. No.
Yeah.
Do I even know that this is where we're supposed to go? No. Ah. It's like you gotta have perfect timing. Now. Not Spelunky on the floor. Yeah. Oh god, Spelunky is such a great game. unlike some games I could mention. Why can't we load our game in the air? I'm trying to believe me, I mind the gap. I don't just mind it, I loathe the gap. No offense to any large retail clothing stores in the United States. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it more times. I just keep reloading and jeez. Difficult jumping mechanics since Bart versus the Space Mutants, and that's saying something. I was pressing it just slightly too early, the critical jump. Ah, I see. Yes! Hank, fuck. Who wants to shut this game down and play Super Mario Brothers? Meh. It's a matter of honor. I gotta press really hard on the arrow button and then tap the enter key. Watch us make the jump, and then this isn't where we're supposed to go in the first place. I also wonder if this jump is even intended or if it's just a bug. Damn. I feel like we looked pretty thoroughly and many other places to go. Yes. Imagine my terror if I accidentally loaded the game. Oh, I see the edge now. See the edge, I just ain't quite there yet. I was trying to climb off that ledge, oh goddamn carnivorous rose. Audrey 3. That jump. Oh, there's another flower, so why would we bother? Can we kill him with the sword? You know it would be really hilarious if we never had to make that jump in the first. I'm sorry, what was I saying? Did he bite me as I went past him? 'Cause he can do that. I don't think I have much hope of getting past this one. I have to try though. jump and climb up there. Yeah. If we get stuck here, I'm just looking up the video walkthrough because I'm not having fun, really. I try and whip in these guys, right? Okay, it's not doing anything. And now let's try running, jump. And jump too soon. People can't say I'm not patient. I'm impatient, but I'm not necessarily forgiving. I have to look up this Amy Smith Boylan on LinkedIn and be like, hey, bottling company lady, what the hell? Or I could face the fact that maybe I'm just not that good at games. Nah, it's this game. Alright then. Do I see a soldier up here? Yeah. On guard. Like a swordfish. Did I see you was playing Donkey Kong Country recently? It might have been Rocket Kev. No comment. Okay, let's go back and get the gold. Is that a cave? Might get the gold, I mean. Give us enough space to make that jump. Shut up, frog. Shit. Is this the end of the game? Is Torment finally behind us? Dare I hope?
Senor Zorro, the situation is under control. A new and rightful governor is en route from Spain, and Senorita Annabella and her men have been arrested as traitors. We regret the misunderstanding.
And the gold?
It has yet to be found, but I assure you the state will find it.
Who will you lead now, my immortal Annabella?
Senor Zorro, a man left this note for you earlier.
Gracias, senor.
My dear friend Zorro has discovered by our beautiful yet vulnerable Annabella, money and power do indeed corrupt. As for the gold, I can only quote Proverbs. Wealth hastily gotten will dwindle, but he who gathers little by little will increase it. Until we meet again, my son.
The Padre. Ah. That's the end. Was it worth it? Well, perhaps if only to say someday that I played every cinematic platformer under the sun. If you're under the moon. Hey, Sir Brucible, welcome in. Yeah, imagine if some kid got this for Christmas and then played. Imagine if this was some kid's first experience with Zorro. Then, you know, the big modern movie came out a couple years later, and the kid's like, "Oh yeah, I know Zorro. He's a son of a bitch." His mother's like, "Where the hell did you learn that kind of language?" And the kid's like, "The internet. It's the new thing, Mom. Look it up online." Because the kids get very snarky after playing Zorro. But I wonder how many people actually bought and played this back in the day. Well, the cutscenes were fun. I'll give it that. And a couple other things. Just God, if the core gameplay had just been better. Kind of. I guess the ending was a little bit abrupt, but it worked. But yeah, it's like, and I'm sure if the state, if the government found the gold, that they would give it to the people of the mission, because you know, they're a fine, upstanding government. Well, yeah, it's gotten late. That ended up being a good length of stream. I was thinking of just trying to finish, what's it called? Full Void tonight, but I don't think so. So, I believe, did we have a redemption for commence drinking something odd, yet relevant? Courtesy of Stock for Wooder. So, how do I put it? To toast the end of Zorro. No. Wrong scene. For tonight's drinking of something unusual, we have Fancy Pants Tequila. I don't know exactly how fancy pants, but my boss gave it to me. And what better occasion than to drink tequila than when we finally dispose of Zorro? Anejo. Herradura? Yeah, it is tequila. I don't know what that means. Hecho en Mexico. Oh, nice, an import. I've had tequila before, but not often. Because there's usually, if I'm aiming to get drunk, there's usually cheaper stuff. Perhaps the real challenge is not beating the game, but opening the bottle. Yep, smells like alcohol. To quote radio commercials during CBS radio theater in the 1950s, "Your health, senor." Pretty strong. Got some fire to it. The taste is... Yeah, the taste is tequila, alright. I don't have a very sophisticated palate when it comes to the alcohols. But, yeah, I can feel that warming me up. Pretty strong stuff. And pretty good, though, for as tequila goes, I think. I'm no expert. Thank you for the redemption stock. Imagine it's better if you mix it with something. Yeah, like, do they usually mix tequila with, is it? I think it's with tonic water, grenadine, and chocolate syrup, and they call it a lagarto. Yeah, delicious. Anyway, that's all that I had planned for tonight. As for what's coming up on stream, tomorrow I'm gonna try and start streaming at a more reasonable hour, and we're gonna try and finish Blackthorn, which I believe we have 5 levels and the final boss left. And I suspect the last world will be harder, so. And then we're going to have to do a bonus stream to finish up Full Void, because Cinematic Platformer September is almost over, and you can't play cinematic platformers in Spooktober unless they're horror ones. I mean, real horror ones. That would be against the rules. So maybe on Tuesday we'll try and do a short stream to finish Full Void.
Isn't Tuesday the first day of Spooktober?
I don't know, isn't Tuesday the first day you're going to... Shut the fuck up, Airplane Lion! And then, for Spooktober, we're definitely going to play Alone in the Dark, the new Nightmare, assuming I can get it working on my new computer. If not, oh boy. And, I don't know, maybe on Wednesday we should just try and finish Resident Evil 2. Although, I don't know, it's like, coming back to it now after a month off, it's, might be a little bit slow to get back into it. And, I remember where I'm supposed to go. I know we're near the end of the second playthrough, but I think it'll probably be a little bit longer and throw in a couple of surprises for us. I don't know, maybe we'll start Alone in the Dark New Nightmare on Wednesday. We'll have to see. And I'm still deciding which other games we're going to play this year for Spooktober. But we will definitely start doing the bonus audiobook streams again, where I'll be reading Stories in the Dark by Barry Payne. Why are the pages kind of bent? This is a brand new book. Let's find somebody to raid, shall we? Man. To quote Indiana Jones in his desktop adventures, "Tequila for good doctor. Watch out, is strong." Which reminds me, I gotta get tickets to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I keep forgetting. They're offline. Let's see. Lots of people playing very wide range of interesting things. It'd be funny if we could raid somebody else who played Zorro, but the only one I know who's played it is Fractal Mind Mike. And I think Benhez256 said he played it like back in the day. Poor lad. Ooh, Ruby's playing Sam and Max Hit the Road. That is such a fun game. What's he doing? Yeah, we should raid Rocket Kev. We don't he usually streams a little bit earlier than me, and we don't always get a chance to raid him, so he's playing Final Fantasy 1. Or some old Final Fantasy. Yeah, you know. It ain't Final Fantasy 7, I'll tell you that. Oops. I can type today. Damn, that's what happens when you drink too much tequila. There we go. Well, thank you guys again for coming to watch me play the end of the wonderful and well-written 1213, and for watching me crash my way through the end of Zorro. Hey, we got to stop burping roses. You don't get to see those every day. And as a reminder, you guys can follow me not only on Twitch, but on Twitter and MySpace, where I post stream announcements and random thoughts and sometimes sneak peeks of stream content. Which reminds me, I said on MySpace we're going to have Song of the Day today, maybe next time. And you can also find VODs of all my past streams up on YouTube. So I hope that everybody has a good night. May you never live through a cataclysm that wipes out the human race, and may you never have to play Zorro by Capstone Software. Unless you like a real challenge. But please stick around for the raid, say hi to Rocket Kev, and I'll see you guys here tomorrow for some thorny fun. Black thorny fun, that is.